Greetings from a secure location. This is, yeah, I said that, and I'm Black Ceezar. Episode 1, by the way, before I even go any further. This has been in the making for a minute. This was even something I thought about pre Our World, Our Time. This was actually supposed to be when the show was over on a Wednesday night. Please check out Live at The Oasis on Legal Crime Radio. The whole thought was, then when the show was over, just sit back, play some music, talk my talk, and just kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is what I love about this music. You know what I'm saying? Chop it up. You know, of course you can't do that because all kind of copyright issues. There's just so many copyright issues. So it was like, nah, you know what? We're still going to do this. And it happens to be like, yo, we're still going to talk that talk. We just can't do the music, but we'll talk about music. And we'll talk about whatever else comes up. And we'll read some comments and questions. And you know what I'm saying? And it won't have a topic. This is the joint about, this will just be a podcast about nothing but everything at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to get too deep, which I know it's going to be a hard thing for me not, you know what I'm saying? Pause for all that. Don't try to, you know what I'm saying, go heavy on some stuff, but just be, you know what I'm saying, try to keep it cool. But yeah, man, I mean, it is what it is. Episode 1. We just finished the show, and that's the whole thing too. Just like, cause you're still in that mood, you know what I'm saying? Listening to slow jams on Legal Crime Radio, because after I get done with my show, slow jams just jump on. Had that vibe, man. That give you that old school FM vibe of right before everybody sold their soul to Clear Channel. But anyway, that ain't what I'm here to talk about. We here to introduce y'all to this right here. So the format technically is what it is. After the show, we talk that talk, read some comments, questions, and vibe. And then, you know, whatever topics come up, whatever we go, you know what I'm saying, stories, boom, boom, boom. At some point, we are going to sneak in, listen to some music, and we'll just cut that out. And then when the website's up, we'll have the unedited version, and boom. Also, at some point, we'll probably do videos, you know what I'm saying, because everybody's always like, yo, son, we need videos. You know what I'm saying? I hate that joint, but I'm going to have to give in, and I'm going to do it only for this. Like I said, it's harder to do it for Our World, Our Time, because there's a segment where it's the joint. It's already done. It's been recorded. It was because that's taking a segment from that and inserting that with the regular joint. So that's different. This is just one shot. If y'all can tell, there's a big difference. There's no music in the background. This is something totally different. We're going to keep it popping like this. We're going to make it happen. We're going to have fun. This is episode 1. We're going to use the title of these joints are going to always be hip hop songs from certain artists. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I'm still debating on what we're going to do. But once you get the name, once you get the titles, that's what we're going to do for a whole month. You know what I'm saying? And I probably won't even start doing that till next month. Or might just do it with little joints here and there. Because I want to start the whole month off fresh. Which, by the way, this was supposed to have started last week. But we didn't do it that way. Because we wanted to set it off you know what I'm saying, set it off in August. So this is the first. So we might still, yeah. Pick an artist for the month and then go with it. And if we're going by like my favorite artist of all time, Rakim, we're gonna do it with Rakim joints for the rest of these joints. You know what I mean? Rakim. Salute the Rakim Allah. 18th letter. You know what I'm saying? R to the A to the K I am. And if I wasn't, then why would I say I am? What? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to get it in like that. We're going to do it like that. But that's how we're going to ride with it. Yeah, this is, it's weird, man. Like I said, the whole vibe was to sit back and still party and play some music. Rest in peace to Howie T. I set the show off with a dope little joint for Howie T. Roxanne, the real Roxanne. Special Ed, Chubb Rock, the Madonna Human Nature remix joint. Color Me Bad joint with Lil Sean. Yeah. I Want to Sex You Up. My mama had that record and never heard that version before, ever. Until like later on down the line. So salute. Yeah, man. This is what This is what we do, and it's just a good vibe, man. That's all we talking about. I do have maybe a couple of comments, and then we're gonna get into just some joints. You know what I'm saying? Shout out, you know what I'm saying, to Kema, who's just was like, yo, like it's been a minute with these history joints. Are you still doing them? I am still doing the history podcast. What had happened was a lot of things going on, life, and it was just, you know what I mean, and the podcast process took a back seat. Still trying to get a lot of other things going. So yeah, it's not that I'm not doing it. It's just life happens. I mean, we actually dropped a joint last week. We're about to drop a joint this week. So we're getting back to what we're doing on that. And then we're adding this joint to the mix too. So, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole nother element. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, girl. We here. What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? We got that. What happened? What happened earlier today? I saw a joint earlier today. BET will no longer have the Soul Train Awards or the Hip Hop Awards. Here's the weird part. When you see it online and when people were talking about it, they said suspended. Then they said suspended indefinitely. And I don't know if y'all know, suspended indefinitely means it's over. That's it. It's a wrap. It ain't coming back. What are you talking about? Suspended indefinitely means it's gone. It's over. Went to a website. I think I saw my joint on. No, it might not have been Variety. I don't know who I saw my joint on. I went to somebody's. I Googled it and I went to the first joint and I'm reading. And they're like, yeah, it happened. Somewhere around the next paragraph, they're like, we're going to try to reimagine it. We're going to try to, maybe because television ratings aren't what they used to be. We're going to try to probably put it on streaming. But yeah, don't count us out. We're still here. Why lie to us? Like the average person, just because of what happened with the Colbert Show thing, we know the Paramount process. Paramount has been chopping for a minute. You know what I'm saying? They've been trying to figure out how to cut money. The merger happened, right? At some point. So the joint really, like they're really gonna be out here chopping joints. You know what I'm saying? And BET was a victim. Well before BET, MTV was a victim. MTV Raps and a couple of other joints. VH1 caught a hit. Nickelodeon caught some hits. They were out here canceling shows on Paramount Plus. Again, this is all before what happened with the Late Show. So this is even pre-Late Show. Some of this stuff is years ago. BET just needed. It was bound to happen, and it probably had already been happening. Nobody knew. There probably been some cuts, some shows, and you just think, yeah, whatever. But then you go, yo, we're gonna take this hip hop show in the Soul Train Awards and tell y'all can keep it moving. It's not coming back. It's suspended indefinitely. And they just like, no, maybe we need to, what we'll do is we'll reemerge because we'll reimagine things and then it'll be on streaming platforms. Stop the presses. BET Plus is a whole streaming platform. I know Tyler Perry owns a good portion of that. That's the thing. Paramount Plus was actually showing the BET and the Hip Hop Awards joints the day after. So you have streaming formats. So that's not an issue. That's not what we're going to. They cut y'all, man. And the thing is, just keep it a buck. Like, yo, we were next on the chopping block and they hit us. And people will understand because, again, if you kept your head in the game, you knew that. You knew what was coming. Here's a piece of the game that is crazy to me, that is wild. Paramount doesn't even have to go through this if they took the offer to buy Marvel when they had it. Y'all don't understand. A lot of y'all might not pay attention to this. Go to Disney Plus, pull up the old movies, pull up from the first Avengers on back. That's Iron Man, that's Thor, that's the Captain America joint. Paramount is who put them joints out there. Paramount put them joints on the streets. Paramount had a chance to buy it and was like, nah, we're good. We don't want that. I don't think that's going to be really, well, all right. Disney was like, ooh, we see bigger pictures than any of that anyway. We really see what we're about to do with this. We got you. They made money off of Marvel. then flipped that and bought Star Wars. Flipped all of that some more and didn't just buy a property, bought a whole network, bought a whole movie studio, bought not just the movie studio, but everything they own. Disney did that because they were making money from Marvel movies, which could have been Paramount. Paramount could have been out here pulling these billies, but didn't. They didn't see. I don't see what. It's alright. I mean, it's cool. We're spending more money than we're making money because they were still in the business of trying to figure out how to cut back. But if they would have just took the time to take that leap of faith and invest, Paramount's not in the situation that they're in now because Disney was making money. Like, even with, because Marvel is making money. Even now, when we talk about how Marvel is flopping, Disney still has enough money from it to be, we're alright though. We're good though. We're straight. Avatar's right around the corner. We're good. Star Wars did okay. We're good. Imagine that. Paramount Plus has all these Marvel movies and Yellowstone. That would just be crazy though. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what, I don't think people get that. Paramount doesn't even have to be in this position to be bought out by a company that was working under them. And that's something I'm lost on too. Where's all of these smaller companies getting all of this extra money from? I mean, let me take that back. I get it. And it's one of those things where, again, it goes back to Paramount should have took that leap. I got, we used to, and I can say used to because this company shut down. It was bought out, absorbed. Vinyl Me Please. It was all about that Vinyl Me Please. Used to do the joint where you get the 1 month record, you get a record a month. So into like the I want to just not know, I wouldn't even open the email. But like, okay, cool. Surprise me when the joint come. We'll be surprised. We got a bunch of bangers. You know what I'm saying? Like last week, it hit me. I'm like, yo, has this kid really been just grabbing all our records? Because that's what he's been like, he'll grab them and then don't let nobody know what they are. So I'm like, yo, let me look up. I go to my email, come to find out Vinyl bought out Vinyl Me Please. Now, Vinyl was always a third, not even second, third tier competitor to Vinyl Me Please. And they bought them out. Yeah. And at the end of the day, that's kind of what Disney did. Disney was a height. And they saw what was jumping off with Marvel. And Marvel, like I said, Marvel was like, yo, would y'all want some of this? And Paramount was like, nah, we're good. We're trying to figure out some other things. Like, we can't really just start spending money and not really bringing in like that. Bang them in the head. Disney was like, cool, we'll put the farm on the line. And now we own half of the state. We got all of this land now because we put the farm up as collateral, and then we can go out here. We done took up a couple of neighbors. We done went out here and bought a whole nother city, which is called Fox. Yeah, they was out here banging them in the head. So it's only right that Paramount is like, we out of money. What do? Start cutting back on our video music, our once plentiful video shows, because they bought all of them, right? They bought CMT, VH1, MTV, and BET. They bought them joint. If you play music on a regular basis, they bought your joint. And it was like, oh, okay. That was wild, yo. What else is happening? WWE and ESPN have come up with this weird merger. And it's not weird from the standpoint of like it's a weird merger. Salute the WWE. The thing about WWE is WWE has figured out a way to have a connection with all the major players of broadcasting. This joint with ESPN now has them in a position to hang out with Disney. They do their thing with Netflix with Monday Night Raw. They still rock out with USA, which keeps them in the mix with who am I thinking about? Universal. You know what I'm saying? They got a joint on CW that has them hanging out with Warner Brothers for a minute. What are we doing? And don't get it twisted. I understand they probably, the Fox deal was a Disney thing too, but this thing with the ESPN will now be the home for all of their premium live events, PLEs. That will now be $30. Now, people were tripping like, oh man, that's crazy, yo. Here's the part that I don't think they said it out loud, and neither did ESPN/Disney. If you can get the ESPN through YouTube or Hulu TV, live TV, or whoever you're getting your ESPN from that's not a cable provider, you don't have to worry about it. It's going to be in the package the same way it was with Peacock. Supposedly, we won't really find out till next year because this kicks off next year. That's the way it's supposed to be. The thing is, nobody has said it that way, and in my mind, I figured that's because they're still trying to figure out how to do this. Because one thing's for sure, they've been on Peacock for about 10 years, right? 10 years, but 8, 10, it's been a good minute. They've been on Peacock for a good minute. You know what I'm saying? I know it's more than 5 years. It was maybe about 5 years. I don't know. It felt like 10 years. So it might have been just 5 years. I don't know. Now I'm tripping now. I don't even know. Time is so funny because I just found out Straight Outta Compton came out 10 years ago. I'm like, yo, that's wild. That is crazy. I'm shocked on that. So the process of time gets me. So it might just be 5 years. It could possibly be no more than 5 years. Point being, WWE seen how much money was generated. They seen when they're looking at the views going, yo, this is how many people are watching this joint from home, no matter what time this comes on. And the replays are banging them in the head. I think we need money. I think we need more than whatever it is that Peacock is giving us. I think, we got to go over here to ESPN. ESPN says, yo, we'll do it, and then we'll have a thing for like $30. We ain't gonna let people know it's already included. We'll figure it out. Money. That's all it is about right now. It's money. People are tripping for $30 when for about 5 years now. I've lost track of the time. Maybe about 5 years you've been getting it for the price of Peacock. I don't even know how much Peacock is. I have Peacock, and one of the first things I did, because back in the day you had that option with all of these streaming services, no commercials. So I went straight to no commercial for everything. Hulu, Peacock, all that. So I don't know what the basic is where you get commercials. I purposely was like, no, son, no I didn't even know Netflix had commercials until I knew some people who was like, I got Netflix and I hate them commercials. I'm like, hold on, commercials? On Netflix? Netflix. Huh, okay. But anyway, I see what they're doing. And it's wild because a lot of people knew that the Peacock contract was coming up and they saw the Netflix deal and they just figured everything would fold over to Netflix. And WWE is like, nah, son, we want money. We want money. That's cool, but we want this money. And that's not going to bring us the money we're talking about. ESPN jumped in and was like, we'll do it. ESPN is holding on for dear life. ESPN is multi-channeled up, and at the end of the day, their saving grace is Stephen A. Smith. They need something else. They have to have something else. You know what I'm saying? Right now, and next year, this coming fall, when the NBA season starts again, they're hoping that Charles and them will be the saving grace. And people are just like, So what do you go for that? Yeah, you go out here, you get the most popular bangingest joint jumping right now, which is the WWE. I don't care how you feel about it. The WWE is killing the game right now. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Last week was it last week? Couple of weeks ago. I told you, time is so weird to me right now. Hulk Hogan passed. So I guess it was like, yeah. Hulk Hogan passes, and it's crazy. All these podcast people, anybody who talked about wrestling had to figure out how to navigate. You know what I'm saying? My man, Michael Rappaport got caught out there. A lot of people out here trying to go. You have a lot of black people trying to defend Hulk Hogan, which was weird. Me personally, I didn't care either way. When my kid was like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I saw that. And he just stared at me. I'm like, I was never a Hulk Hogan fan. Like, what about him being racist? I was like, I was never a Hulk Hogan fan. You know what I'm saying? Hulk Hogan could say the most racist stuff in the world. It wouldn't have done me. I wouldn't have been mad. I would have been like, okay. Why? Because I was never a fan. I'm a guy who can remember back in that 90s point when he went to WCW. I was like, oh, I won't be watching this anymore then. Click, click. I didn't start watching again until Nitro hit. And even then, if he was on the TV, I'd click, click, and kept it pushing. I was not a Hogan fan. I was a hard body NWA/WCW fan. Hulk Hogan was never, I understood what Hulk Hogan meant to pop culture for wrestling. Hulk Hogan was a massive, Hulk Hogan is the reason why wrestling is where it is today. Positive or negative, no matter what you say. I'm old enough to remember CBS having a wrestling cartoon show with Hulk Hogan and Rowdy and Lou and all of them on that joint. I remember that. I remember them being on MTV. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? And that was the thing to me. Like, this ain't really cool for me. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching Hulk Hogan do the thing where he would stand and he'd do the ear thing or all four corners and all. I'm like, dude, this is corny. What are you doing, B? I remember his promos. It just sound corny. And make sure you eat your vegetables, kid. I'm like, who is this dude? What is this? Now, you know what I'm saying? Now you know when no one's half the battle. G.I. Joe, He-Man, ending morals. Oh, go ahead with this, B. What are we talking about, man? What are we doing right here? I remember them days. So Hulk Hogan was never my guy. So, like, but again, I understand. Hulk Hogan was so Americana that when you talked about America, especially in the 80s, he was like the second or third pitcher. You know what I'm saying? And I say second or third pitcher after the eagle and the flag. You know what I'm saying? It was the eagle and the flag and Hulk Hogan. That's how American Hulk Hogan was. Hulk Hogan would pop up before the Uncle Sam poster. That's how Americana Hulk Hogan was. Hulk Hogan is very, very important to wrestling. And then to have his second act when he turns and he's part of the NWO and he's Hollywood Hogan. Yeah, don't get it twisted. I understand the magnitude of which this man came in and rocked. Just want my cup of tea. So me out here defending or denouncing, it was not going to happen. I was just like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What I'm more mad about is the people the people who, I guess in their minds, were protecting Hulk during those last moments, his down, when he was down bad. Because people don't understand. There was a point where people were like, yo, there was a guy, I forgot who this guy was. I don't know the guy's name, but he was out here telling people, I'm a good friend of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's doing really bad. I don't know how much more time he got. You know what I'm saying? People out there, please send your hopes and prayers. And then somebody would come out behind him and go, don't nobody know what he's talking about. He a foolish dude. They ain't even tight like that, man. Forget that dude. Ain't nothing wrong with the Hulkster. He good. You deprived people the opportunity, his fans who no matter what he's done, still are Hulkamaniacs. You deprived them a chance to at least send hope and sympathy and get that joint off their chest. You know what I mean? You deprived them of that. And then it's like, yo, then it happened out the blue. It felt like it was, you just woke up and it was like, yo, boom. Yo, your man's just gone. Like, whoa, hold on, whoa. What? Like, that's crazy? And it was, again, people were telling you, he's really sick. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not looking too good. Oh, nah, whoever told you that, they lying. He's straight, man. He working out right now. Hulk is bench pressing about 400 right now, son. Look at that. Huh? Yeah, I'm going to have Hulk bang my wife real quick and then go back and push some more weights up. What are you talking about, son? We about to do a whole movie in a minute, son. Yeah, we talking with Tom Cruise right now. Why go through all that when you know this man is down? Let his fans say their piece. You know what I'm saying? Let the wrestling world. You mean to tell me if they knew he was sick, that they wouldn't have had somebody go out there and be like, yo, to the Hulkster, you know what I'm saying, to Hulk Hogan, hope you get well, brother. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing. Nah, you deprive people of that. You deprive them. That's yeah. But anyway, man. Like I told y'all, this is like, it's wild out here. It's crazy. I saw another joint where Shorty said, she got a homegirl who takes flights out to wherever to get peed and doo-dooed on by thousands of men, and I'm just like, at what and be coming back because it's like $30K per doo-doo per person, $30K per person. So she coming back and they going out here and they living it up, and it's probably, I'm pretty sure it's like a twice a year thing, every 6 months, because you gotta let your soul come to terms with what you just did with your physical. You do. Your soul has to come to terms with that. You know what I'm saying? Because she said, girl, I need to go with you. And that's when her homegirl told her, hey, this is what they doing over there. They paying 30 stacks to doodle and pee on me. We you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna get into the sexual stuff. We just saying these people that's what they paying, just to doodle on me. If you cool with getting doodle on you. Cause then, you know, I don't know if, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm taking it to the most extreme. I'm pretty sure it ain't nothing like, yeah, she's on her back, on her hands and knees, and they doodling on her back or something. Nah. They putting the doodle in her face. It's like, doodle in your face. They probably like straight up just bent over or got her like standing up under them and they just plop all up on her face. They probably messed around and took laxatives, and they ain't even like chunky doodle bits. It's that wetness, like looking like chili. Doodle just looking like chili, just dropping on her face. You know what I'm saying? And she gets all this money, and she kicks it with her homies, and she like and living it up. But her soul got to rest. Her soul has to figure out where to go. Her mind has to figure out, because she's depriving herself of humanity and respect. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but she ain't working. And well, shoot, she ain't got no job. People are so caught up in they don't want to work. And there's a whole generation that doesn't want to work. And it's not, half of it isn't because they're lazy. It's because in their heads, it's easier money to monetize. I'd rather go out here for monetization than try to actually have a job. But, and the other thing is, social media online is so impersonal. It's not personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, like I said, like when I was talking to a dude, this is August now, so about May, I was thinking about putting my stuff on streaming, and then I was like, and then I'm gonna make a website, had a joint streaming, but then go, yo, you can buy, you know what I'm saying, downloads. You know what I'm saying? And if it gets any crazier, hard copies, albums, or CDs. I heard cassettes trying to make a comeback, sell music. My man looks at me and goes, how much would you sell the downloads for? I'm like, I'm looking at a site right now where it's like pay what you want, but I can minimize it. The least you can pay is $2. I'll probably put it at $2 at the least. Pay what you want, but at least pay $2. $2, dog, you ain't gonna get nowhere. This is coming from somebody who has to get a certain amount of thousands of streams to get a percentage of a penny. Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, all of these places, Apple, all of these places have put the penny in NBA context. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you know how the NBA do? Oh man, it's 0.5 of a second left. 0.5 of a second, and then they tell you he just got enough time to grab it, and he got enough. He can't dribble. Once you touch it, you got to shoot it. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Go for an ollie or something. You got to tap in or something. You ain't got no time to be doing nothing else with that. That's what people are getting. They're getting NBA last second shot money for Spotify. You're getting a percentage of a penny, which is 1 cent, by the way. They have went out here and gave you a percentage of 1 cent for thousands of streams. Thousands of streams of that one song can get you nothing more than a percentage of a penny. Congress has went out here to make a bill and was like, yo, we want you guys to give these people a penny per play. It's not much, but it's something. It's definitely something. Now it's just thousands of pennies. 100 pennies is $1. You know what I'm saying? For 100 plays, you can get $1 on that song. Dudes was out here for 100 plays. You ain't even tapped. You ain't even hit the mark to make any money. But you're still paying for the services yearly from whoever whoever putting your music out there. Make it make sense. You're telling me I go out here and come up with my own website and I sell my music for at least $2 a download. I'm the person that you're looking at like he's the crazy one. That's where we are right now. We're caught up in the facade of social media and the internet, that the reality, when somebody just hits you with something that's real, it seems like it's the most absurd thing in the world. He gonna let them pay $2. Dog, did you not just hear me? Even if you go by what the Congress is trying to put down, where you get a penny per play, you still gotta get 100. You gotta get 200 plays to get that $2. I got $2 just from a download. You know what I'm saying? A download. You got to make sure that somebody's playing your joint constantly to get a penny. The internet and social media is such a standoffish microcosm. I'm in my own world. You don't really like the reality checks. Don't click with nobody. That's what was the dude who went on Breakfast Club, Neo. I don't know who's had all the racial comments and all that stuff. And then he's up there and shout out to Jess Hilarious, and she went in on him, and they followed suit. Was like, yeah, bro, you got what's up? They don't know no better. He ain't know no better. He was in a room where he couldn't just click off of them. They're there. They ain't going nowhere. They're going to keep bringing them to. And he was distraught. He was lost. He got on another thing some time later. We're talking about, yeah, man, I had some people who were against me, and a lot of people had my back on it. The people who had your back on it were like you. And I say this respectfully, cornballs. They're people who have now they have adapted to this thing where I can be vicious as I want to you from the comfort of my home, and then just click off, and that's it. There's no real ramifications. There's nothing I have to worry about. You were in a room with a bunch of people who were old enough to remember, you talk that talk, you better be prepared to catch something. You know what I'm saying? Those are people, you talk that talk, I'ma holler at you later. I got you later. Them people in that room for the Breakfast Club, or all the type of people who remember, I'm gonna catch you when we get off the bus. I got you after school. I'm gonna catch you in the cafeteria. Them dudes, them chicks, them fights. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother world. That's the thing. Like, we're in a world where there's still people like that. And a lot of those people don't be on social media. A lot of those people are, when they say they outside. They really outside. They're not in their house with headphones on, looking at videos or talking to people. They outside. Neon, whatever his name is, he ain't about that. Like, you say something to one of them dudes by just coincidence, and they happen to live in your area, they coming to find you. Twitch personality or whoever personality, whatever spot he's on, YouTube or whatever, caught one. Then they gonna be like, yeah, son, he was messing around saying something crazy to the wrong person who just happened to be on one of those things because their girlfriend or little brother or somebody was like, yo, check this out. Look at this dude. He be crazy. Hey, man. And then he goes into one of his rants. He says he's not gonna do it anymore. But let's say it's not him. It's somebody like him. And these people then go, okay, who's smart enough to do the location joint? Where this dude be at? Oh, word, we about to go there. That ain't nothing but an hour drive. We own it. It's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like, the internet has now groomed so many people into thinking there's nothing else. This is it. And that's why he was shook. If you look at that, he was lost. He's like, there's nowhere to go. There was no, oh, I don't feel like dealing with y'all. Click. He had to deal with that. He had to eat that. Then didn't nobody shake my hand when it was over? Nobody. This is crazy, man. Why you even come up here? That's the real world. That's the real world. Back in the day, if you talk the smack you talk, ooh, you better have had a bunch of family with you. Your man's in them supposed to been on point, or you got hands. That's it. Like if you, cause he comes off like the type of dude that back in the day would say some real slick stuff, and you catch him. His jaw be swole up, his eye be closed. You know what I'm saying? You suspended for about 10 days, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. And that's why again I go back to what I believe in, and I believe this purely. Cyberbullying needs real people consequences. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's cyberbullying you or bullying you in social, yeah, do you know who this is? Yeah, where you at with them? Yeah, they're in like one of my classes. Oh, this is what you do. You go up in that class and you punch them. You punch them in their face. You punch them in their mouth. You punch them in their nose. You punch them in their eye. You bruise something on their face. Matter of fact, are you cool with anybody? Yeah. Are they on social media? Yeah. You have them videotape it, because I can tell you right now, looking at these videos and listening to the way they talk, they can't fight. Punch them in their face. They be alright, and watch what happens. They gonna be lost. They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna cyberbully no more. Cause then every time they say something stupid, that's when you put that up. Well, what did you do when I did this? Bloom. You want some more of that? That's crazy. You just can't keep doing that. Yeah. This is cause then and here's the wild part. What happens is all of a sudden that becomes the villain, and the person who was bullying, who then got punched in the face, becomes the victim. I ride with that. Cause that means they're shook. That means they understand that, oh, there's real life consequences. They'll stop. Am I condoning violence? I'm not condoning violence, but I do condone. Sometimes you got to bring that real world to the social media life. Sometimes you got to like step in and be like, word, that's how we feeling, and choose violence. Sometimes you got to come up in that joint and bring the ruckus. Ain't no playing around. Do what you got to do. Stomp them out, yo. Stop. Knock the whole chair over at the desk that they're in and stomp, because then they stuck. Knock it the other way too. Not the way where you get out. Nah. You go to the other side and you push that joint over, so then the desk is on them and you stomp them out. You blow, kick them all in their face. You ain't even got to stomp them. Just keep kicking them in their face. Boom. And then when the teachers come to grab you, that's when you start stomping. Stomp on them. Boom. Yeah. And then when somebody go to help him, don't you help him up. Yeah, don't have nobody help him up. He got that. Let them have that. Yeah, and let me be the parent that come up there. I'll be like, word, you ain't talking about who? Yeah, that's the dude who was doing the joint on and picking with you on social media and all this, and sending the crazy emails, and had the little whole classroom on the Zoom joint that one time. Yeah. And then that's when you turn to the principal. Why y'all ain't do nothing about that? Well, that's different. How was that different? It was bullying. Well, I mean, he didn't touch him. So we're okay with cyberbullying. You mean the thing that people commit suicide from? Well, no, that's not what we're saying. I mean, obviously your kid didn't commit suicide, but feelings would hurt the same. Yes, I see what you're saying. Good. That's why he knocked him out like he did. But he ain't have to. No, yeah, he should have done more. He should have done so much more. You should have grabbed books and threw books on his face. You should have done so much more. Did you kick him in the face like I told you? Yeah, that's okay. I told him to knock the whole desk over and kick him in the face. Yep. Make sure you tell the parents I said that. Yes. And my kid will not be apologizing, because you guys were well aware about this bullying and figured like, hey, since he's not running around here in tears and depressed, he's good. My kid has good energy. He refuses to let anything pull him down, but he's not going to allow it to happen a lot. So yeah, that's why he knocked him over the joint and he started kicking your man in the face. I hope he missing some teeth. I hope he gonna grow up. I'm hoping him with permanent teeth, and as he grow up, everybody just gonna be like, oh my God, look at you. You look like Cletus. Yeah, kick that man in his face some more. That's what I'm sorry. How many days is he suspended for? He's suspended for the whole month. Can he be homeschooled? Yes. That's all we need to know. Yeah. There you go. Boom. Guess what happens? Ain't gonna be bullied no more. That's all I know. I just took this whole thing to a whole nother place. Point is, that's what we need, man. We need people to just These people are so used to being in their own little bubble that when they come outside in the world, you got to let them know it's real out here. Like, yo, ooh, you outside? Hey, let me holler at you. It's different. It's different. That ain't fun and games no more. That ain't fun and games no more. Look, your boy was lucky. It was the Breakfast Club, and it wasn't what Adam 22 where he had the gangbangers and all that. Cause yeah, they would have rolled up on him. I guess. I don't know. I mean, they would have been trying to figure out what he is, but they would have rolled up on him once they was like, oh, but you talking that joint like, okay, you hard R's and all that too. Okay, yeah, never mind. You gonna have to get. It would have been a different joint. It would have been your boy getting beat up on camera, and they would have put that out there to the joint to see too. Like, yo, little dude caught one, boom, and he would have been crying. I'm like, we're gonna sue you guys. For what? You talk that talk. You caught you. Have you not seen these podcasts? These dudes is real killers. These aren't other homies online acting hard, talking crazy, but don't leave their house. These are real dudes who are really outside. Did you not see the episode where this dude told you he was in the car when they did the drive-by? And they shot everybody, and then like he was the main dude who was holding the heater, and he he threw the joint. He was like, "Yeah, son, I know you ain't supposed to shoot sideways, but I shot sideways, and then the bullet hit a tree, but the other bullet hit him. And then I got out the car and I stood over him and I peed on him, and then I got back in my car and threw up my gang signs. I was like, yeah. We rolled past that hood like 4-5 times. The ambulance ain't never come because it was in the hood, so we just kept rolling by. And then when the ambulance did come, I got out the car and I pushed all the EMT people out the way, and I pushed the whole bed over again. I was like, yeah, son, and I peed on him one more time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as much as the first time because I ain't drank that much. I was a little dehydrated. It was like that was it. Then I wagged my joint in his face, and he had sprinkles, residue all up on his face. I did that. These are the dudes that's on Adam 22. They know everybody business. Like, yeah, son. And then we had to go and we set up so-and-so with some shorties. Yeah, B. We was out here. Yeah, there. You out here and then gonna get nasty with it and think you comfortable because it's social media. Yeah, hard R. What? Oh, no, little homie. Blah, blah, blah. Caught a 3-piece. Blah, blah, blah. Then your whole mouth bloody. Glasses is broke. You know what I'm saying? You just laid out on the floor by the fence. Doesn't Adam doesn't? I don't know. I won't really be messing with Adam 22 like that. Because Adam 22 is like Vlad. Like, and a lot of these websites, I'm like, why are y'all allowing these dudes to get out of jail or be part of gangs and then get on these podcasts and put their business out there? Who is not coming going, yo, bro, don't do that. You telling on yourself, man. You don't really need to be out here doing that, bro. You good, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know a bunch of stuff I've been in, and I've even said stuff I've done, but I make it vague. I don't get no names. I don't really get no exact places. I've done stuff out here. I've been outside before. I remember. But I also know you can't just be saying stuff. You can't. What is he talking about? You never know who's listening. It could be just by coincidence somebody who knows that person. Like, oh, dog, remember that day such and such happened? Yeah, I know a podcast where a brother said he was there. He did it. Now they coming at me. They gonna find a way to come at me. Now I'm getting a bunch of messages on Facebook. Like, yo, what is this? What is you? Yeah, son, I know that was you. Oh, snap, word. We grown men now, B. What we got? Oh, man. Y'all did me wrong. I can't believe that. We were kids, B. Nah, they ain't. I'm gonna get you one of these days. You gonna get me? Where are you at? I'm waiting. Why? What, dude, don't you got a family? Yeah, I got a family. We ain't got time for that no more. What are you talking? We ain't kids. This ain't like back in the day. I'm gonna catch you off the bus. This ain't. I'm gonna catch you at the mall, son. Live. You can't. It was a story. I found it humorous. It wasn't funny, man. I was hurt. Man, you just left us like that, like, oh, no. The way y'all robbed us and stuff like that. You were good. You were good. You were alright. You was alright. Hey, but I can't go out here and put the whole business out there. Woof. Anyway, get ready to go up out of here. This is episode 1. Yeah, man. Yeah, I said that with Black Ceezar. Episode 1 in the can. It's done. Let me say this like this. I want to say it clear. Have any questions or comments? Blackceezar at Gmail. BlackCeezar at Gmail. You want to shout out? You want to leave a message? You want to please listen to the show on Wednesday nights, especially Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock, Legal Crime Radio. Just Google Legal Crime Radio and it'll take you straight there Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock. You hit any one of the things that say that it can play the music and a whole nother window will pop up and you get to hear the joint. What else I want to say? Messenger, Live at the Oasis. You type in Live at the Oasis in your Messenger joint. My Messenger pops up. And then you got questions. You want to leave comments. You want to, whatever, however you want to get down. Boom, you can get at me there. You can get at me on the joint. When you see these boxes and they tell you you can leave comments, got questions, whatever you feel like you want to get off your, look, this is what we do right here. You know what I'm saying? After the show is over, like I said, we're going to start sprinkling it, especially because this is the month on my show where I play Michael Jackson at some point. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to go down where we're going to just have to talk that Michael Jackson toy and have to play cut and paste and edit out a whole bunch of just vibing to some Mike. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's why I call him Mike. You know what I'm saying? Salute the Mike. Like I know him like I knew him like that. Yeah, me and Mike. Salute to Michael Jackson. But anyway, rest in peace to Michael Jackson. But yeah, man, thank y'all for rocking. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys. What y'all thought that won't gonna be a thing? That ain't gonna be a look. So many people across the world listen to what I do, and I hope y'all are listening to this too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys, don't stop. Get it. Popping all day if you with it. Ooh, dropping beats and freestyling a little bit. We gonna get into that too. We gonna be out here having fun. Oh, as time goes on, this is episode 1 though. This is just the beginning. This is just enough to this is just enough to be like, So that's what we doing. Yeah, that's what we doing. This is how we get down with it. Word. What else I gotta say? I guess I gotta say the outro because I want this to always be something that I say because I believe in it wholeheartedly. And that is, they say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your guy goes out here, anytime that you go out here, I messed up my own joint. Hold on, let me go back a bit. Rewind. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that you go out here into the world, I still butchered my own joint. Hold on, let me say this one more time. One more time. And we keeping all this, by the way. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God, there we go. Anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.